This is Roblox Tower Defense Simulator, and me and my friend Duckies have just started this 1 hour timer, and when it hits 0, this giveaway in my Discord server will go live, and I have to give away 1,000 Robux to whoever wins it. And if we can't be balanced to only using 1 tower from each category and kill a gunslinger boss before the timer hits 0, that giveaway is gonna go live and my Robux balance is gonna cease to exist. Okay, but this is one of our first time videos together, so we gotta hurry it up. My first course of action was to bring the Scout, Farm, Commander, Golden Minigunner, and Crawlmancer, all for each different reasons. Since Crowdmancer could indefinitely freeze the boss for 2x longer than the normal amount, it was almost required for this challenge if we had any hopes of beating it. For our first game, me and my teammate Duckies both had a strategy to place farms as early as we could so we could both get enough money for the early game, while also placing drone scouts to deal with the abnormals that were slowly trickling down our health. On wave 6, my teammate got a Toxic Gunner, which, if I'm gonna be honest, saved our run definitely. Because of this little poison damage thing that Toxic Gunner has, it allows for it to essentially shred any enemy it's faced with. That, along with its 10-second slowdown mechanic, makes it an amazing option for the entire game, helping us clear almost every wave until wave 21, where I resorted to placing a maxed out gold minigunner after we had just finished maxing our farms. After that, the game was pretty much smooth sailing, where my teammate got a maxed out mercenary base for one of the hardest waves of the entire game, wave 30, where we easily cleared all 3 things with ease, and someone resort to an emergency fire rate flag just in case. Because Duckies' his only real source of DPS being the mercenary base, he would go on to place all 3 of them, with some going where my golden minigunners were, so that they could get the 20% damage buff and help kill the breaker spam quickly. On wave 35, the warden enemy spawned, where it would stun almost every single tower we had, and allow the breakers to get eerily close to our exit, before I would go to place down some of my emergency flags, only as a last ditch effort before this would happen. I hate this game. Needless to say, we were arguably even more screwed for the last wave, seeing as our only option to kill the cavalries was gone. And we had basically no DPS, seeing as we only had Toxic Gunners and mercenary bases. And on wave 37, we would die to this little necromancer boss, which would go right through our path with not a single minigunner targeting it, where we would eventually die to it, with only 32 minutes on the clock. Duckies and I knew we had to change something if we were going to win. With exactly 30 minutes on the clock, we slightly adjusted our loadout, swapping mercenary base for accelerator. This change allowed us to easily clear the upcoming waves. We would eventually reach the point where we had died last time. Knowing how hard this wave really was, I used all 3 of my tower buffing flags for the first time, and almost instantly, we cleared almost every single giant boss within seconds. Sure enough, we were doing in upwards of 9,000 DPS a second, easily clearing the necromancer bosses and wardens that killed us last time, and on the final wave, we waited for the gunslinger to spawn. And with the help of everything we had, I used one of my only nukes on the gunslinger boss, getting it down to half HP before it used its timed up ability. In a panic, we both macroed our towers as much as we could, chipping away its remaining health. And with just a narrow stretch of the path left, the gunslinger finally fell, ending our run with just 6 minutes on the clock, and barely saving us from losing the challenge.